As a budget-friendly shopper and a fan of Costco's private label products, I was curious when Kirkland introduced its own whey protein powder. I specifically reviewed the Kirkland Whey protein powder in the creamy chocolate flavor. It combines whey protein isolate and concentrate. They include cocoa, acacia, which is a soluble fiber used as a thickening agent, isophene potassium, an artificial sweetener, sucralose, another artificial sweetener, sea salt, oat bran, which is a soluble fiber used as a thickening agent, and organic sunflower lecithin and oil, also for thickening. They also have natural flavors, rice dextrin, which adds the texture, rosemary extract, helps with the degradation of the product, and guar gum and xanthan gum, both used as thickeners. There's 130 calories per scoop, 25 grams protein per serving, 4 grams of carbs, 1.5 grams of fat, and 1 gram of sugar. Kirkland only offers their whey protein powder in one flavor, creamy chocolate. The protein to calorie content of this protein lies in about 76%, which places it at the lower end of the good category for protein percentage. As per feastgood.com criteria, a reasonable protein percentage is anything between 60 and 74% protein per scoop, with 75 to 85% being good and anything above 85% being considered excellent. Make sure to always look for anything above that 85%. Let's start off with what I liked. First thing, price. The price is very reasonable, especially when it delivers quality macros and total protein. The average cost of protein is $1.34. This, however, comes as no surprise, as I'm very familiar with the high value and quality the Kirkland line delivers to Costco members. Number 2, digestibility. I usually don't have issues digesting whey protein powders, and this one was no exception. I appreciated that it includes acacia and oat fiber, which can have potential digestive benefits. While these fibers may have different effects based on individual tolerance, they can be beneficial for those looking for added digestive support. I found that the added fibers also gave the protein shake a pleasant, thicker texture, which I enjoyed. Number 3, mixability and taste. One of my favorite flavors of most whey protein powders is chocolate, as it mixes well with milk, water, and oats. Add peanut butter and it's amazing. This protein didn't clump like other protein powders in the same price range, which is often hard to find. I mixed it mostly with water at the gym after workouts and milk. I usually use oat milk, which had no issue mixing to create a smooth, clumpless texture. The taste was rich and creamy with a satisfying chocolate flavor, making it enjoyable to drink even on its own. What I didn't like about this protein, number 1, only one flavor as I've mentioned. If you do not like the chocolate powder, this is a huge miss. Kirkland is most likely trying to see how the product does by offering one of the most popular flavors. I wouldn't be surprised in the future if they expanded this line to include a vanilla or maybe an unflavored option. Number 2, you need a Costco membership. You will only be able to get this if you or someone you know is a Costco member. This, of course, is the entire model of the Costco stores, so it comes with the territory. I would buy a Costco membership just to buy this protein, but if you already shop at Costco, then it's something to consider. Number 3, not set up for international distribution. Currently, Costco only offers this protein within the United States. If you're a resident outside these countries, like Canada, you likely will not have access to the Kirkland Whey protein. And the fact that Costco products are not sold on any other platform, including Amazon, for example, if you are outside the United States, you are out of luck. Number 4, it is definitely not third-party tested. Third-party tested products are held to the higher standards of quality as unbiased third parties verify their contents. However, this product is not third-party tested, which means we cannot be certain that everything on the label has been thoroughly tested and validated. While I believe Kirkland is a high-quality brand, I cannot recommend this protein to elite athletes who are subject to drug testing. Although obtaining third-party quality assurance can be more expensive for brands, it is crucial to have this guarantee for complete trust in the product. And lastly, number 5, many unnecessary additives. There are a lot of additives in the Kirkland protein, more than the average bottle of protein. Kirkland adds multiple artificial sweeteners as well as multiple thickening agents. The sweeteners found in this product do exactly what they are meant to do, and I found this to be a sweeter protein powder compared to the rest, and the emulsifiers give it a thicker, creamier consistency. Now granted, these additional ingredients don't make it the most natural product, and many consumers, including myself, are choosing to avoid these additives altogether. Here's how Kirkland Whey protein stacked up against the rest. We've given it a 3 out of 5 on nutrition label transparency. The Kirkland label was clean and easy to read, as well as clearly displayed on their website. However, without unbiased third-party testing to verify the bottle's ingredients, multiple points needed to be deducted here. We've given it a 4 out of 5 on fat content transparency. Kirkland Whey protein has 1.5 grams of total fat with no trans fat and 1 gram of saturated fat, clearly identified on the nutrition label. The 1 gram of saturated fat is not significant. However, however, essential to point out because other high-quality whey proteins, like Transparent Labs, for instance, do not have saturated fat in them with the same flavors. We've given it a 3 out of 5 on effective ingredients. Kirkland Whey protein is primarily from isolate, which is digested quicker and could be ideal for post-workout. Now, that being said, it does also include concentrate, which may slow the absorption, which can be a concern if this is a high priority. This product also has 3+ thickening agents and 2 artificial sweeteners, which may be excessive. Other protein powders have achieved the same level of sweetness and creaminess without any of these additives. We've given it a 3.5 out of 5 for protein percentage of calories. Kirkland falls within the average protein percent of calories being 76%. This is a respectable amount of protein per serving, and if you find yourself with a protein powder with this percentage, you shouldn't be worried. Personally though, I'm willing to spend slightly more for a higher protein percentage product and look for brands that have at least 85% of calories coming from protein. In regards to taste and flavor, I've given it a 4 out of 5. I was impressed with the taste and flavor of this one. I've tried other whey proteins in this specific price range and have often felt they tasted chalky and bland. The only issue I had was that it can be too sweet at sometimes, mostly due to the 2 artificial sweeteners. It's important to note that I'm also coming off testing protein powders that have minimal sweetened products, so I might not be used to this level of sweetness yet. That being said, I definitely had sweeter protein powders such as Quest, which tasted very sweet and artificial. I've given it a 5 out of 5 in regards to mixability. Again, Kirkland nailed this one. I've had other whey proteins in the price range and found that they were still clumps no matter how vigorously I shook that bottle. I even used a spoon to mix it with water, which realistically is the worst way to mix your protein powder, and it clumped very minimally. My shaker had minimal residue left over, but there was just some on the inside due to its thicker consistency. When it comes to texture, I've given it a thick. It was definitely thicker, but I would call it smooth and creamy to the best describe the texture. I mixed it the way I always do. The bag recommends mixing it with 6 to 8 fluid ounces of water or milk, but I usually do anywhere between 12 to 16. There were no issues, and I found it mixed well with that amount of water without tasting watered down. I found my sweet spot closer to the 12 ounces of whole milk or almond milk or water per 1 scoop serving. I've given it a 3 to 5 in regards to satiety. I digested this quickly, like most whey proteins should, and didn't go overly stuffed. It is important also to point out that whey protein is not supposed to keep you full, but rather it's supposed to be absorbed quickly. For this reason, I will give it a 3 out of 5 rating because I feel it is exactly where it should be. 5 out of 5 means it keeps you full, and 1 out of 5 means it doesn't give you any satiety at all. Let's start off with who I recommend Kirkland Whey protein for. Anyone on a budget looking for an affordable protein powder with a decent amount of protein per serving, someone who struggles with protein powders that are bland or watery and don't mix well, and lastly, people with food allergies or sensitivities. Kirkland is soy-free and gluten-free. Now, on the other hand, Kirkland Whey protein is not for the following: anyone looking for a lot of flavor variety, someone whose priority is a third-party tested product, someone who is an elite athlete, someone looking for a protein powder to keep them full for several hours, and lastly, someone who wants a protein powder with minimal to no artificial sweeteners or thickeners. I also want to hear your opinion on this product. Have you tried it? Were your experiences like mine? Do you disagree with my feedback or do you agree? I'd love to start that conversation down in the comment section. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.